Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, outdoors, Saturday morning, Pine Tar Baseball. 1972, the Mets at San Diego. It's going to be Buzz Capra facing off against Steve Arlen. Buzz Capra, what a great name that is for a baseball player. And let's get started. You roll 2d10. We read the red, then we read the white. I keep it super duper simple, still learning the game. I've got about 5 games under my belt. I'm feeling more and more comfortable with it as I go. And it's going to be Bud Harrelson, Kenny Boswell, and Tommy Agee starting off. Let's check out the lineups for this game. All right, let's do it. All right, it's going to be a 93 against I never wrote if they're lefties or righties. The pitchers, a righty, and the pitcher, both righties. So no problem. We're going to look on the right side. A 93 will be a fly ball, left field, and under it is Leron Lee for out number 1. All right, here's Kenny Boswell. Yeah, it's going to be a 26, and a 26 is a ball 4. And that puts Boswell on first base for Tommy Agee. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. This is going to be an 84, and an 84 will be a fly ball. Center field. And that's 2 out. And here comes Rusty Staub, 2 out, 1 on. And it's a 62, which is going to be bounced to short. Picked up by the shortstop. Hernandez flips to second, and that retires the side. So the Mets leave 1. And it's no runs, no hits. They managed to walk, and we move to the bottom of the first. No score for the Mets, and coming up are the San Diego Padres with Campbell, Thomas, and Jeter. Dave Campbell, third baseman for the Padres. And that's an 18, which will be a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So first hit of the ball game. Dave Campbell stands at first base for Darryl Thomas. He's a second baseman. And a 31. And a 31 will be a check swing. They ask the umpire at third base, and he is out. A strikeout. And Darryl Thomas doesn't like that at all. He's mumbling to himself. And here's Johnny Jeter. 1 on and 1 out, a 91, which will be a fly ball. In the air to left, 2 down. Catch is made by Cleon Jones, playing left field for the Mets in 1972. 1972 Mets were a big disappointment. Nate Colbert, big power guy, 58, and that is ripped up the middle, and Boswell gets to it, sets his feet, throw to first, and in time to retire the side. No runs, and no runs and 1 hit, and we go to the top of the second inning. All right, we continue to play the game between the Mets and the Padres. The Padres picked up a run in the bottom of the second on a single fielder's choice, a fly out, and then a 2-out double by Enzo Hernandez, the shortstop, that scored Larry Stahl. So it's 1-0 Padres after 2.5. Padres are coming to bat. It's going to be Darryl Thomas, Johnny Jeter, and Nate Colbert. Here's a pitch from Buzz Capra, who's a G pitcher, and Arlen is a B pitcher. That hasn't really come into play yet. That's going to be a 69, and it's going to be bounced to third. Third baseman Fregosi up with it, fires to first and in time to get Thomas one away. Next up is Johnny Jeter. Johnny Jeter flied out in the first inning. And that's a 0-7, and that is ripped for a base hit. A rope to left center field cut off by the center fielder Agee. So Johnny Jeter is on at first with one out in the bottom of the third. Mets are trailing 1-0. Nate Colbert, ton of power, batted .250. Slugging a .508. Here's the pitch from Buzz Capra, 53. And that's going to be a check swing. They look to the third base umpire, and he calls him out. And Nate Colbert doesn't like that at all. That's the second time that's happened in this game. And the Padres are going to pretty soon start to feel that the umpire is playing with the Mets. All right, Leron Lee, or Leron Lee, which sounds a little bit better, flows a little bit better. 1 on, 2 out, and that's a 50, so we're going to check that one. It's going to be a ground ball, and the pitcher Buzz Capra is a G. A ground ball on a G is going to be a base hit, and that is, we'll call that an even number. And the even number, Johnny Jeter, will go to third base on that. So a base hit up the middle, and the Padres have first and third here with 2 outs. So Capra is in a little bit of a bind. And here comes Larry Stahl. He's a left-handed hitter. And that's a 71. And that will be in the air to right field. Over towards the line is Staub. Makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, a couple left. And we move to the top of the 4th inning. We're outdoors, so you're hearing some nature in the background. This is Tommy Agee. We're playing pine tar baseball. And that's a 40, so we're going to check on this one. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout on a B pitcher, because Arling is a B pitcher, will be a strikeout. So Agee swings and misses at a high fastball. And here's Rusty Staub. Staub hit into a fielder's choice. That's a 30, and that will be ball 4. And we're going to check for the base on balls here. Again, we're looking for a B pitcher, and that is a base on balls. So it remains the base on balls. So down at first goes Staub. Here's Cleon Jones. And that's a 74, and that is grounded to the third baseman. Campbell's going to go to second for 1. The throw to first, not in time. So fielder's choice. And Cleon Jones is on at first. Here's Jimmy Fregosi. Acquired from the California Angels in the Nolan Ryan trade. I had to let one of the dogs in. All right, and here's a pitch from Steve Arlen, 62, and that is right back to Arlen, who throws the first to get Fregosi, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're playing pine tar baseball. Fred Kendall leading it off against Buzz Capra. That's a 78, and that will be in the air to center. Cleon Jones. No, actually, it's Agee comes over, and he steps in front of Jones. And here's Enzo Hernandez. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. He's driven in the only run of the game, and 83 will be a drive in the gap after it is Agee, and Agee runs it down. So Agee got a good read on that ball right off the bat. 2 down. And here's Steve Arlen. Pitcher walked earlier in the day. And that is a strikeout. All right. 3 up and 3 down for Capra. And Arlen can go, his MIP is 7. Maximum innings pitched. But if he's pitching a good game, fewer than 3 runs, he can get an extra bonus. All right, it's going to be Ed Kranepool leading off the top of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These numbers are super small. This is from Digi Dugout, so just giving you a heads up. Make sure you have your magnifying glass. Here's Ed Kranepool leading it off against Steve Arlen, who's pitching a heck of a game, a 71. And a 71 will be a fly ball to right. Right fielder Larry Stahl puts it away. Jerry Grody's next. And that's in the air to center. Coming over is Jeter. 2 down, and here's Buzz Capra. Capra's MIP is 6. So I'm writing that down as I go. And Buzz Capra with a 42, and that is going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. Go to the bottom of the 4th after 4.5. It is, or I'm sorry, the bottom of the 5th. After 4.5, it is the San Diego Padres 1 and the Mets 0. All right, Dave Campbell. He is 1 for 2 today. And this is the 3rd time around the lineup, so Capra becomes an E. He becomes an E pitcher now. And that'll be the 3rd time there, so Arlen will remain at a B. And let's do it. Here's Campbell with a 0-3, and that's a drive down the line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it kicks up some chalk dust. And into the corner after the ball is Jones, and Dave Campbell digging for second. Here's the throw to second, and he is safe. With a leadoff double, Dave Campbell leads off the bottom of the 5th with a double. And it's Darryl Thomas. And that's a 73, and that will be in the air to right field. And we're going to try to tag up right field. And he tags up and makes it to 3rd. Yes, he does. All right, and runner on 3rd. Infield's going to come in for the Mets here in the bottom of the 5th. Johnny Jeter. That's a 35. We're going to check. They're going to look that one up. That's a strikeout. A strikeout on an E, and that is hit hard through the left side for a base hit, and that drives in a run. 2-0. Padres. So Jeter hits one hard enough just to get it by the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Buddy Harrelson. And that's an RBI for Jeter. So the Padres are up 3-0 now. Could have been. No, it's 2-0. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought they had scored a run, but no, 2-0. And here's Nate Colbert with runner on first, 1 out. Here's a pitch from Capra, 72, and a 72 is hit hard down the line, and a nice play by Fregosi, and Fregosi is going to go to second for 1, back to first, double play. They turn it to get out of the inning. Inning ending, soul crushing. Double play. Colbert hit it hard, but nice backhand by Fregosi. Fired to second, back to Kranepool at first, dug it out. And that was a double play to get out of the inning. But the Padres lead at 2-0. They scored that run on 2 hits. And we go to Buddy Harrelson leading off the top of the 6th. That's a 66. And I believe that's one of the numbers at 66 and 88 for the range checks. So the 66 will be to the 3rd baseman. So we're going to pull a range check for the 3rd baseman. That's right, 66 is one of those numbers that you got to remember. And the 3rd baseman is Campbell, and his range is going to be an N. And an N, I believe, that's neutral, so there's no change. So it's going to be a ground ball that he gets to. Nice play over to first in time. 1 down. And Kenny Boswell, 1 out. That's a 22. And a 22 is another range check. And this time we have to roll 3 dice for this one to see who it's to. and it's going to be to 16. 16 is the right fielder, and that's 16 is the right fielder, and that's 6 is probably going to be beyond his error rating. The right fielder is Stahl, and Stahl's error rating is a 3, so that is higher than a 3, so there will be no error. It's a drive down the line, and Stahl gets there. So F9. It's a second out. And here's Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee today is 0 for 2. He flied out and struck out. Tommy Agee, an 81. And that's going to be in the air to center. Coming over under it is Johnny Jeter for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Mets here in the top of the 6th. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Score is 2-0 Padres. Remember, we're outdoors. You're listening to a replay of the 1972 game between the New York Mets and the San Diego Padres. This is Tony Porter with Cards and Dice TV. Remember to like and subscribe. And it's Leron Lee, or LeRon Lee. And that's a 0-1, so that's going to be a drive, and right field, right field, way back, and back goes Staub to the track, looks up, and that's gone. Home run, 3-0. LeRon Lee connects here in the bottom of the 6th inning and puts the Padres up 3-0. Takes his time going around the bases. And here's Larry Stahl. And that is a 50, so we're going to check on this. A strikeout, this time Capra's an E, so a strikeout against an E, and that is a little bloop, and that will drop in front of Staub for a base hit. So we are on the 6th, and maximum innings pitched are 6, so we're going to try to get Buzz Capra through this inning. So here's Fred Kendall. Pitch from Capra's an 83, and an 83 is in the air to center over his Agee, and he puts it away for out number 1. 75 will not be a base on balls. I was thinking of 77, so the 75 will actually be a fly ball into center field for Tommy Agee. All right, that is 2 outs. And here comes the pitcher, Arlen. Arlen is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. That's an 89, and an 89 will be lifted into left. Can of corn for Cleon Jones. So 1 run on a couple of hits, the home run by LeRon Lee, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. So this is the last possible inning. For Arlen, but since he's pitched an outstanding game, allowed fewer than 3 runs, as has Capra. They're both going to get an extra 3 runs or fewer, I believe, is the rule. So they're both going to get an extra inning, which is nice. I like to let my pitchers go a little bit deeper into games. Here's Rusty Staub, and that's a 54. A check swing dribbler, and the second baseman's going to charge in, picks it up barehanded, and throws to first to get Staub. 1 down. So he tried to hold up his swing, but bounced it past the pitcher to the second baseman, Darryl Thomas, and he threw out Staub. Staub now is 0 for 2 on the day, and 1 for 2 is Cleon Jones. Here's a pitch from Arlen with a 0-5, and we're going to check on that. And that's going to be a single, but it could get changed. So we're going to look at the first baseman on a B, and that is a base on balls, ball 4. And here's Jim Fregosi with a runner on first. It's 3-0 Padres here in the top of the 7th. We're playing Pine Tar Baseball. Check it out. Kurt Berglund has a lot of great stuff. I think it's berglund.kurt@yahoo.com for the cards. They're about, you can get a season or a set of great teams for I think about $12.99 PDF, and if you want the card set, I'm not sure. I think it's $59, something like that, and that includes the shipping. Jim Fregosi, and that is a 38, which will be a strikeout. So Fregosi chases a curveball in the dirt, and that is 2 away. Cleon Jones is on at first. Pitch from Arlen to Ed Kranepool, and that's a 23. That will be a base hit. And stopping at second is Jones, I believe. Let me just check his speed. Yes, he will stop at second on that 3 result. All right, so it's first and second, 2 outs for Jerry Grody. Jerry Grody, the catcher, is hit into a fielder's choice and then flied out to center field. Arlen looks in for the sign. And here's the pitch, and that's an 0-3, and that will be a base hit for Jerry Grody, which will score a run here, I believe. No, the M is only 1 base, so that's going to load up the bases. And again, we're sticking with Arlen here, but we're going to bring up a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter for the Mets, and it's going to be, looks like, who are they calling on? They're calling on, is that John Milner I see over there? Yeah, John Milner's got a bat, it looks like, if he's on this team. Yep, he is on this team. So he will come up. Milner will bat here with the bases loaded for Buzz Capra, and then we're going to need a relief pitcher, and we're going to bring in McGraw. All right, so Arlen checks in with the sign with the bases loaded. The score is 3-0. A home run here will give the Mets a 4-3 lead. And here's the pitch, and that is a 63. That's bounced to second, and the second baseman flips to short, and that ends the inning. So Milner hits into a fielder's choice, and the Mets leave 3. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dave Campbell leading it off. The new pitcher will be McGraw. And McGraw is strikeouts 55 and 77. And he is an away A pitcher. So they got pitchers have their away and home ratings. And Dave Campbell. Here's a pitch. Dave Campbell is 2 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and a single, so he's having a pretty good day. Now, McGraw is a lefty, so you also got to remember that. And so we're going to look on the left side. A 62 is a bouncer to third base. Picked up by Fregosi over to first and 1 down. And next up is Darryl Thomas. Thomas today's 0 for 3. He's struck out, grounded out, and flied out. And a 24 against the lefty is a base on balls. So ball 4 to Thomas puts him on first. 1 out, 1 on. Johnny Jeter, the center fielder. And that's a 0-4, which will be a drive over the center fielder's head. And that 4, I believe, will allow Thomas to score. Yes, it does. So it's an RBI double, 4-0 Padres. So they got to McGraw quickly here, a walk and an RBI double. And it's 4-0 Padres. Johnny Jeter at second base. Here's Nate Colbert, the right-handed hitter against McGraw. And that's going to be a 6 and a 7 against a lefty, which will be grounded to short. The 7 will make it where the second baseman advances. So 2 outs, and here's LaRon Lee, who hit a solo home run, and it's 3 for 3 today. He's got 2 singles and a homer. So McGraw is going to proceed with caution. Here's a pitch. It's a 43, and a 43 will be a strikeout. Then the inning, no runs. I'm sorry, 1 run, 1 hit. And it's 4-0 Padres. Will go to the top of the 8th inning. Buddy Harrelson. Pitcher's got a shutout, so I'm not sure what the shutout rule is because I play so many different games in this game. I know he can go 7 maximum. He's gone 7, but he gets a free inning, and I think he can get another free inning if he's got a shutout. I don't know if that's an official rule or just my made-up rule, but either way, it makes sense to me. So I'm going to go and have fun with it. It's 4-0 Padres. Padres scored a run in the 2nd, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Here's Buddy Harrelson, who's 0 for 3 today with a 0-5. That 0-5 will be a base hit, a single against a B pitcher, and that is a base on balls. So Harrelson walks. He's on at first. For Kenny Boswell, left-handed hitter, Boswell's 0 for 2 today. Walked and flied out twice. Here's the pitch. It's a 73. And a 73 is in the air, right field, over towards the line. And he reaches out, and Larry Stahl makes a nice catch. Tracked that ball well into the corner here at San Diego. And it's Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee with a runner on first. Here's a pitch. It's a 49, and the 49 will be strike 3. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts for Steve Arland. Remember him a little bit, not too much. Runner on first, 2 outs. Rusty Staub's 0 for 2, 2 ground outs and a walk. And it's a 74, and a 74 will be in the air to right. And the right fielder Stahl settles under it and hauls it in to retire the side. Or the bottom of the 8th, 4-0 San Diego Padres. Where were you in 1972? This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Pine Tar Baseball. Check out the Universal Baseball Association, and you'll find a ton of great stuff there. Tons of information for a hobby, for classic baseball, stories, videos, rules, updates on the hobby of tabletop baseball, and sometimes just baseball in general. Larry Stahl, that's an 87 against a lefty, which will be a fly ball to center field, and over is Agee, who makes the catch, 1 down. Fred Kendall's next, and that's a 12, and that will be a base hit for Kendall. Strokes 1 to left center, cut off by Agee, gets it into the shortstop Harrelson, keeps Fred Kendall on at first. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Enzo Hernandez, a 32. And the 32 will be grounded to the first baseman, Kranepool. Kranepool will go to second, back to first. It's a 3-6-3 double play to end the inning. No runs, and 1 hit, none left. And we move to the top of the 9th, so it's going to be last licks. And since Arlen has that shutout, I will let him go the last inning at his current grade, or at least until he allows a base runner. Extra bonus inning. This is for starters only. Starters can potentially pitch 1 inning over their MIT if they qualify for 1 extra inning if after reaching their last inning they have only allowed 2 runs or less. Unearned run, okay, 2 runs or less. Unearned runs count towards this 2-run cutoff. The +1 MIP bonus can only be applied 1 time. So he's used that, so what we'll do is, if he gives up a base runner, we'll just pull him for somebody, I don't know. It's 4-0 San Diego here in the top of the 9th. The Mets are bringing up Cleon Jones, who's 1 for 2, a walk and a single. And Fregosi and then Eddie Kranepool. Remember, we're outdoors. You're hearing a little bit of the nature in the background. Here's a pitch from Arlen, and that's going to be a 0-1. That will be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Digging for second is Jones. Here's the throw, and Jones in safely under the tag with a leadoff double. And we will pull Arlen there. There may be some sort of shutout rule, and I just don't care to create it right now. So I'm just going to pull him and just bring somebody else in. It's that simple. No big deal. Let me just look for somebody who has an R on their card. All right, pitchers with an R. Here's one, Ed Acosta. I'm going to bring in Ed Acosta to pitch. Here in the ninth, Acosta, no change there, and he will be home. He will be a D pitcher at home. And he is a righty. So Acosta to pitch to Jim Fregosi with a runner on and nobody out. That's a 35. We will check that one. Acosta's a righty, so a 35 is a strikeout. A strikeout against a D pitcher will be a base on balls. Puts runners on first and second. The tying run now is on deck. Jerry Grody on deck. The tying run if Ed Kranepool can get on base. Here's a pitch. And that's an 85. And an 85, it's in the air to center. Nobody's going to be tagging up here. Not going to risk getting thrown out. Center fielder Jeter makes the catch, and here's Jerry Grody. That's a 91, and a 91 is a high fly to left field for out number 2. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the Mets. It's going to be Wayne. Let's see who else we can bring up here. It's going to be Wayne Garrett. So Garrett is coming in to pinch hit. And 2 on, 2 out. Top of the ninth. Mets are down to the last out. 4-0 San Diego, 1972 San Diego Padres. Here's the pitch from Acosta. Arlen's not there anymore, so let's pull him. Ed Acosta on the mound. He's brought in the ninth. That's a 44. And a 44 against a righty will be strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Padres win it. Mets leave 2 in the ninth on a hit and a walk. And the Mets get shut out here by the Padres and Steve Arlen, who collaborated with Ed Acosta. And the Mets had 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors. The Padres with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits and no errors. We got to check and see. We got to go through the box scores and see what the Mets record is. But I believe the records are 2 wins and 3 losses here in 1972. They were a big disappointment in 72 as they were in 70 and 71. And it wasn't until 73 where they again made it to the playoffs, to the postseason, and played extremely well. 73 were able to beat the Reds. It was a lot easier to get to a World Series back then. They were able to beat the Reds, and they went on to face the Athletics, and they took it to 7 games in 1973. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, 73 they're back in it, but 72 the season we're kind of replaying, loose replay of 72 season, just to basically learn Pine Tar baseball, which plays, flows well. It's fun, easy to play. It's inexpensive. Colorful. I love this colorful chart. The minimal chart lookups. There's a couple of numbers you got to memorize, and sometimes I do. So I try to make my best possible effort to memorize those. And it's a fun game for sure. So Capra's gonna get the loss. Capra went 6 innings, pinch hit for in the 7th, and the victory is gonna go to Arlen, who went 8 innings. So he gets the win, and Capra gets the loss. Let's put that there. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.